Tarek, I'm coming for you.
I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Like I said.
You know this is going to be a very dangerous one when I bring back the Iron Rage intro. Yes, I'm Dave Palumbo. I'm here with Lee Priest, and Lee was in the hospital all day. He's very angry.
It's 2 p.m. I've been there since 4:30. I've had blood taken out here. I had blood taken out here. They're giving me more meds. So, yeah, I'm ready. I blame the medication for anything that I say from this point on.
Yeah, he's not responsible for anything he says today on the show. But
drugs.
Now, you're going to be going to, where, the UK in a couple days? 8 days?
On the 11th. On the 11th, yeah, I'll be flying to the UK, flying into Glasgow, doing a tour through the UK, then to Belfast. Back to the UK, and then we're going to finish in Belfast in a big old historic church where we're going to play the documentary on a nice big screen.
Oh, they're going to screen the documentary. That's great. Wow.
In an old church. And I've got to show you that they've done these great shirts. I'll have to send them one to you. It's got the Myth Posed, Lee Priest, Unholy Tour, Unfiltered, and they're black shirts, but they've got the white priest bit in the collar.
Oh, I love it. I love that idea. That's a great. You know what? Very few people go out there and promote their documentary like that. So it's actually smart that you're doing this, because it all feeds.
Because they've had some big names over there lately, and you know, when was the last time I competed? And look at me, old, washed up, retired, and
you're washed up,
as the comments say. But my tickets sold out quicker than some of these present ones that have been there, who were Mr. Olympia winners, and I never won the Olympia, as I'm told many times.
Yeah. I had a guy come up to me in the gym today, and he's like, "You're Dave Palumbo, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What's it like hanging out with Lee Priest?" I said, "Well, he's a little bit of a pain in the ass." I said, "But you know, we have a good time."
It's an experience. Let's just say that.
I said, it depends whether he's drinking alcohol or not. If he's not drinking alcohol,
it's like a roller coaster that you can't get off. You know, after 2 minutes you want to get off, but imagine being stuck on one for like 24 hours and it won't get off.
Exactly. So so Tarek El Gunti, who I consider a friend of mine, I know him and I know his brother Tamer for 30 years. Tarek decided to throw down the gauntlet online a little bit. So I'm going to pull up this video that he did.
At first, I didn't even know it was him, because you know how Moana and all them are doing these live movies now. I thought fucking Sesame Street was going to do a live thing on Ernie and left Bird out. I thought Ernie was having a go at you, Dave, there for a minute from Sesame Street. Come on, there is a resemblance, isn't there? Come on.
A little bit. You're right. I never thought of it that way, but you're right.
Look at that, Dave. You put up him and put Ernie beside him.
Let me pull up the little Ernie. Bert and Ernie.
Yeah. Bert was the slim head one, wasn't he? And Ernie was the other one.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hey, if Terry gets cast for Ernie in the live Sesame Street movie, I want some royalties from this. Hey, come on. Put Ernie in a suit, and that's Tarek. That's Tarek if you put a suit on him. Come on.
Tarek, you asked for it. You called me today. Remember that. All right. All right. Let me play the clip that he put up there about me, and I will respond to it. And then you've been responding to a lot of his clips today. So let's see this one first.
You only like bodybuilding.
I get bored in
hospital. Recovering a pro men's physique show in Japan. You're not going to be covering a classic physique show in Tunisia. That's not your interest. Your interest is pro bodybuilding, and we love you for that. But if your interest is just bodybuilding, you have to understand that some people's interest is just a different category. You only like bodybuilding. You're not going to be covering a pro men's physique show in Japan.
All right. So they announced this fit model division. Okay, I'm going to ask your opinion on it in a second. Let me just kind of clarify everything. They announced the fit model division about a week or two ago. I did a video on it. Evidently, no one watches. People are way too lazy to watch the video. So we clickbaited the video a little bit, and we put. I'll even put the title up here so I can show what we did.
I know for a fact people don't read anything, Dave, because I put up my tour dates and I put up my documentaries out and I put where you can see it. And the first things are, where can I watch this?
Yeah. So I put, basically it was the thumbnail was another division. So making it seem like I didn't like it. And then here was the little intro. You don't want to bog down these shows. I'm telling you, I go to these shows all the time. It's a nightmare if you're going to be there for 16 hours. Okay, so that was my intro. So you would think Dave Palumbo doesn't like the division, right? Because it's like reading a headline in the newspaper. If you don't read the article, you don't really know what the article's about. So Tarek, as well as not just him, other people felt the same way, including some people who run the organization who asked me about it and said, "Oh, I hear you don't like the division." I said, "Did you watch the video or did you read my headlines?" So of course, they only read the headlines and watched that little intro segment. And if you watch the video, I said, absolutely, it's a great division. I said, because it's a business decision, essentially. What the hell is making that noise? Is that me or you?
There's no noise here. There's a bird chirping.
Oh, I hear a noise. Oh. I said, listen, I said, I love the division because it's going to bring new business in to the industry. It's going to bring new competitors in, but it's by definition, I said, a novice division. In other words, it's like really novice bikini, what they're really doing. It's
exactly.
Hold on. Is that me or you that's making this buzzing noise?
There's no
you hear that?
There's no buzzing noise around me.
Oh.
There's a bird chirping and there's like a
no, it sounds like like the microphone is not working right or something like that. All right. So I basically said, look, the division's good, but you should only have one division, like an open fit model, because there's no reason to do a novice and a junior because by definition, it's already like a novice division, right? And so that was my only critique of it. I said, because if you put too many subdivisions in, number one, they're redundant. Number two, it'll make the show last too long. So, but I think the division is warranted because bikini got a little bigger and a little harder than they would have liked. So, all right, there's room for it. So no one watched the video. They just saw the little snippet in the beginning and they saw the headline and they said, oh, Dave doesn't like the division. And so Tarek basically made that statement based on bad information, essentially.
Tarek will get,
shame on you. Shame on you.
Tarek will get a job at CNN.
There you go. Yes, exactly.
But it's like, and I said the same thing. It's like they're making it because they said this is a stepping stone. This is for people to get their feet wet with only after 6 months of training. And I said exactly what you said. Well, isn't that what novice bikini is? Isn't that for people who have trained for 6 or 8 months and they want to say, oh, let me just do a novice bikini show, see how I go. And I said, keep it into amateurs. Do not put it into pros because as these girls get their feet wet in the novice fit model and they progress, then they might do the novice bikini and progress and they get good enough. Then they get good enough to turn pro bikini. So we don't need to make it into another pro division of fit model. Keep it all amateur.
Right. And I agree with you. I agree 100%.
You're still going to make money into amateurs because the amateurs still have to pay. And if they want to make more classes into amateur, they got to pay for every class they do. So they actually make more money.
Right. Plus, the pros don't pay. You know, they have to give them prize money. So they're better off not having it to be a pro division.
And plus, he said, you don't cover men's physique. You cover other men's divisions apart from open bodybuilding. Come on. I think Tarek's been talking to Snuffleupagus too much and Big Bird. He's lost the plot. Come on.
Well, you know what the problem was? Tarek, I don't want to go to Tunisia to cover anything, much less bodybuilding or men's physique. I don't want to go there for. So,
and then he was coming down on the coaches too. I agree with some of the coaching stuff, but come on, Tarek, you look like me in the off season. You might want to pick up a coach now and then. It's like, you know, I sometimes watch that show and him and Chris go back and forth. I'm thinking, oh, the old Chris of old would have leapt across that counter and hit Tarek that we know. Some of those.
So do you feel that Tarek is disrespectful to Chris Cormier in that show?
Very few times, and I've actually spoke to a few people that know Chris, and they've said the same thing. They're like, oh, some of the stuff he says to Chris, the old Chris that we know, wouldn't have taken that. But, you know, if, you know, Chris, you know, he's got to still stay in the sport and make money and do stuff. So I can't see him flying across the counter, across the desk there. But there's been a few comments he's made towards Chris. I'm like, oh, that's a bit harsh. At least Chris has been a champion on stage. It's like, where'd your credentials come from? It's like, in all honesty, if Tamar wasn't his brother, Tarek wouldn't have that job or be, you know, in the position he's in. Come on now.
So you think it's a little nepotism in there? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes. I think it's like a little bit of jealousy there because his brother got a pro card, didn't he? Tamar was a pro and that. And now he runs all the shows like John Lindsay used to and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Tarek's head judge. How did that happen?
I think
Let me ponder.
with them in all those muscle contest events all over the world.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not saying no, but it's like, who do you know?
Yeah. Look, I think they're both very hardworking.
Mean, Tarek did tell us to go hard, so we're going hard here, okay?
Yeah, no. Look, Tarek and Tamer are very hard workers. What you're saying is, why is Tarek now the voice of this TV show? I think that's where you're really getting from. Like in other words, he's acting as an authority. Where's his authority figure coming from? He hasn't earned his stripes, is what you're saying.
Yeah, how did he become head judge all of a sudden of these shows? It's like,
well, I mean, anyone could become a head judge if you judge enough, I guess, you know. But
how did he get into the judging? What got him into the judging? Just watching his brother compete?
How does anyone get into judging? You know, how did Tyler Mannion get into judging? He's probably one of the best judges now out there, but his grandfather taught him how to judge, and Jim Mannion's the best.
He's been around the sport growing up the whole time, and that.
But he never competed. You know, he never competed, but yet he has a really good eye. You know, because of his.
Now, if Tamer was like the judge of the hot dog eating contest, I could see that would more suit his profile and image.
You mean Tarek, not Tamer. You're talking about Tarek.
Yeah, Tarek. Let's start with T's.
Are you saying that
Tarek should... Day, Dave, I can't keep up with the T's.
Are you saying that Tarek eats hot dogs like Jimmy the Bull? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, Tarek had a physique like me when I used to eat a lot of bad food. So I'm not saying he eats bad all the time, but from one little piggy to another, Tarek, I know it's not all clean food going in there, okay? I know that look. I know that nice round moon face look, Tarek, and how to obtain it. So I give you props. I want to know what milkshakes you're having and stuff. I had Cocoa Pops yesterday for breakfast before the gym.
All right, let's go back to the fit model division for a second, because I think that, you know, what's happening, and this is what I see, and I was in favor when it first came out, but now I'm finding, and I'm like you, I'm like I like to take the other side sometimes when people get a little too ass kissy. I feel like the people that are running the Tarek and these shows that are kind of Olympia based shows and in the organization, I feel like they're starting to become cheerleaders for this division, because they feel like they have to defend it because people are putting it down online. The division will defend itself because it's going to be successful, because you know that every girl who thinks they have a hot ass is going to enter this competition and enters this division. Anyone who's ever worked out for more than 3 days is going to think that they can compete in this division. So it's going to be successful. Of course it's going to be successful. There's no doubt about it. The question is what you do with it. Like you said, should it be a pro division? Should there be 16 subdivisions of it? I think we all agree it's going to be good for business, right?
Well, yeah, it's going to be good for business, but I really do think, too, the judges need to sit down and the whole committee and go, what are we doing here? Because remember back in the day with bodybuilding, and we got the things saying bloated stomachs would be marked down. Some guys got marked down, and some guys with bloated stomachs kept winning. So guys got bigger. They got too big. Shit, now we've got to start the classic. When I was with Kathy, remember, the women got all the letters saying, girls, you got to lose 20% of your muscle. You're getting too big. A lot of girls lost 20% of the muscle. Who won? The big girls. And now and then they had to start the physique, the women's physique. And now they're saying, starting this fit model because they want her to look like how bikini used to look. Well, if you had kept judging like that, it wouldn't have got out of hand. So eventually, fit model's going to get out of hand because they're not going to judge by the criteria they set. And then they'll have to start a mothers division, mothers with 2 kids and 3 boys. And I said, oh, I want the division where you're a washed up bodybuilder. You still think you got it mentally, but you don't. That division, where's that one? So I can come back.
Well, my point was, if you're going to have a fit model for women, why wouldn't you have a fit model for men? Because I got to tell you, the men's physique is definitely out of control. From what
Mark
Anthony?
They're starting to look like.
Remember Mark Anthony was the first Mr. Olympia? He looked like a beach body. Now the guys look like, like the open men's bodybuilders. These guys.
But they'll probably start a sports pod for the men now, because now physique's got. I mean, they got too big, so they'll start a sports pod.
But they should. Why are they making another women's division? Why aren't we having another men's division? I mean, we need more men's divisions, if anything. There's plenty of women's divisions already.
I don't know. Maybe
they got bikini already.
They like looking at booty and veg more than balls and cock.
No, but men's physique is not women's bikini. You know what I mean? They're not equivalent to each other. So a fit model would be more equivalent to a men's, fit model for men would be more equivalent to
well, they could start like a sports model for men, but have them wear similar shorts like the classic do, the smaller black ones rather than the long board shorts and stuff like that.
Right.
Or even bring back one like they used to have where the women's fitness does a routine. Remember the Galaxy back in the day where they'd have the rounds, but they also had to do so many chin-ups, so many things. They actually had
that's a good idea. Yeah.
A round in it where they had to do some sort of moves as well. So,
a
sports pod crossed with CrossFit division.
Why not? I'm surprised that they're letting CrossFit take all that business away from us, right? I'm surprised they don't have a CrossFit division.
Well, they should. They should have it. Then it could be judged on, you got to do the movements correctly. You can't be like this. You got to do proper chin-ups and proper whatever. Like you used to do with the pros versus the bros type thing. But,
bros versus pros. Yeah. There you go. Or look, remember the women's extravaganza they used to have? Yeah. I loved that. That was great. They used to have that in Jersey,
Yeah, I think it would be good. Yeah, but like I said, I agreed with you. The fit bod one should just be kept amateur for the whole time as a stepping stone.
One division. Division. That's it.
And then if they want to move it up, then move it up, because as they get bigger, then they can move into the pros as a bikini.
Right, because if you train long enough, you're not going to stay in that division. It's impossible to stay in that division. I mean, essentially. Right? Why would you want to?
Imagine training if you're a bodybuilder and you're training hard, and all of a sudden you go, hold on, measure my arms. They're 16. That's good. End of the year, they're 18. Oh, shit, I got to lose an inch. I'm getting too big. It's like, imagine training to go backwards because you're getting too good. It's crazy. It's even like you say to those girls, it must be hard, because if you're dieting for a show to look your best, it must be hard to go, I'm not at my best, but if I get any harder than this, if my abs get harder, I'm not going to win. So it must be hard mentally to feel like you're only half-assed doing it.
Well, they used Ashley Kaltwasser as the example of when she won the Olympia. I think she was like 19 or 20 or something like that. Now, if you look at her, I mean, she's the winningest pro in any division of all time. And she's muscular now because over time, she just got more muscular because it's called muscle maturity. So it's impossible to stay, like you said, in that fit model division. You're going to eventually tap out of that and have to go to bikini, and that's fine because it's like a novice bikini, like you said, is what it really is.
You move out, get too big for bikini, and it's time to go into maybe women's physique or something. But but like I said, the judging they have to try and stick to the judging. Say this is the criteria we're looking for, and stay that. If someone comes in a little bit too muscular for the fit division, mark them down, because if you're telling these people you're getting too big, lose it. But then you're still awarding the big people. Everyone else is going to follow suit, remember? Because, when Ronnie got bigger and Dorian got bigger, everyone followed suit. And Flex said he looked his best at 218. But because they kept giving it to the bigger guys, Flex said, oh, shit, now I've got to be 240. And so it just kept going up and up, and then the bellies got bigger and bigger. Then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is out of control. Now we've got to start classic. So,
Or what we can do, Lee, is if they want to bring new divisions in, maybe consolidate some of the other divisions, like women's physique and women's bodybuilding,
yeah, I see. I think
men's
that's good.
212 and men's open.
Well, I've always said now, get rid of the
I know you
212
said that right from the beginning.
Because look at the 212 champions. They've gone on to win the Olympia in the Open. And it's like I said, and people say, well, if you get rid of 212, they won't compete. If you're a bodybuilder at heart and you have what it takes, you're still going to train hard. You're going to push it to get up there. And, like I said, I would have loved to seen Flex in the Open. He might have had an Olympia title. So, yes, sadly, like I said before, not everyone deserves a pro card. You might wish you want to do it. Like I might wish I want to play in the NBA, but they're not going to change the rules for me and lower that hoop 5 foot and do everything else. I might want to run track in the Olympics. They're not going to make a 22nd class for me in the 100-meter sprint.
No.
It's like you got the pros have to be the elite of the elite. So
I mean, how does this guy do? How does Keon Pearson do in the Open? I mean, I think he's going to do pretty damn good if he ever does it.
He'll do good now, but I predict by, like I said, 2027 maybe, 2028, he'll win the Open.
I think he can. Right. He's a little short, but I think he's got every bell and whistle you can possibly want.
Well, when you look at Hardy and you look at Derek, they did it, and Keon, to me, physique is way better than theirs. And like I said, you add a bit more muscle and you put a bit more maturity to that. There's no reason why he can't win the Open. So
look at that physique. That's crazy.
Yep. And that's now. So you imagine another 3 years of muscle and maturity and keeping that shape.
Yeah. I'm sure you look at this physique. You probably look at him and say, "Man, I'm glad I never had to compete against this guy." Right? I mean, he's fucking crazy.
He probably looks at me back in the day and goes, "I'm glad I wasn't around then. Had to compete against."
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure everyone does.
You got to remember, I was only like 21, 22 on the pro stage.
That's true. You would never have made classic physique though, right? That even when you were like 19, would you?
Well, I'm sure. That's the thing. When you're a bodybuilder, I'm sure we all were men's physique, and as we got bigger, we went into, because we didn't have those divisions then, but we were all looking like men's physique. Then we all looked like classic, and then we became real men bodybuilders in the Open. We didn't have these retard divisions for the dumbed down people.
Like who beats that side chest pose? I mean, in the Open division, I mean, he's got everything you need.
Could you imagine because like you said, he's holding back there for the class. Could you imagine once he lets loose like Derek did and Hardy did, and he just has once your mind knows you're going for the Open and there's no weight thing, and you start training differently, if you keeping that shape, and say you just put on 10 pounds.
He's only 200 pounds, Lee. He's like what you are. He's not 212 yet.
No, but imagine even just 10-pound more muscle on that frame, but yet that more, like that grainy condition, like the maturity. No one's going to beat him. He'll easily win an Open as long as he doesn't get injured along the way. There's no reason why he can't win an Open. He's almost like a, I wouldn't say miniature version, but the way he's looking there, and he's got better shape, but he almost has that mass and the look Kai Green had.
Yes, he does. He looks a little Kai Greenish, but with better shape, I think, than Kai in a smaller waist. Yeah. He's
a cross
impressive.
between Kai and Sean Clarita and Rough Diesel, all put into one.
I think he's better than all of them, to be honest with you. But the thing we're talking about is that there's a lot of places in all these bodybuilding divisions where there's crossover potential. We've never seen that before, and the reason I have to believe is because the classes, we're creating so many new classes that they're starting to get closer to each other. Like you said, they start out one way, they evolve up into a certain way, and then before you know it, they're kind of merging with each other. I mean, Bumstead crossed over. He ostensibly could have won that Open class, in that Prague show that he did. You got guys coming from the 212 winning the Open, Hadi Chopin, Derek Lunsford. You got Clarita winning Open shows, Angel Calderon winning Open shows from 212. There's been guys from Classic that have crossed into the Open.
Hello. That's Nick Zilla, the dog.
Yeah. See, there's been girls who've done fitness and figure and won shows. It's I think that there's girls in the women's physique that could probably do women's bodybuilding and do well as well. So I mean,
you know what I like to see, because there's this competition with money going back and forth there with the Arnold and the Olympia. Will Arnold increase it to make the Olympia exciting again now? If Samson was to win whatever, and then Keon wins, let's go back to like Arnold and Franco. Then let's just for fun, have an overall pose down with the 212 and the open guy. Just
for all the
crowd.
money. Well, you know what? That would be a way to equilibrate the money, Lee. You know what? If you gave the open and the 212 guys the same prize money, but then when you did the overall between the two of them, the rest of the prize money got put into the overall, you would have some battle, wouldn't you, at that point?
Exactly.
If you gave like 150 grand to both winners, and then all right, there's 600 grand left or 500 grand left for the overall title, you get another 500 grand. I mean, that would be, people would be going nuts.
200,000 each for the winners, and then whoever wins the overall gets an extra 150,000
or more, because Arnold's giving away 500 grand this year. So why not?
He's going to leave it at 500, or is he going to do what Jake did and come out on stage on the night and go 700,000?
Lee,
Arnold hates being beat. He hates competition.
I think that we're getting so close to 1 million now that I think there's going to be a big jump. I wouldn't be surprised if Arnold this year got on that stage and said $1 million for next year.
I've said that. I said that because we went 600. Rather than keep going like this, Arnold's just going to get, fuck it, 1 million. Now catch up.
Because if Arnold says 750 this year, because Jake went to 600, Jake can go, I'm giving $1 million at the show, and then he beats Arnold. And I don't think Arnold wants to be beaten.
And you don't want to be like at the auctioneer where people just go up little by little. Someone just goes big straight away, then you're like, okay, it's yours, you win.
Because whoever hits $1 million first is the champ. That's as far as I'm concerned. Because 1.1, 1.2 million, no one cares about. $1 million is a big deal,
Yeah, so I've been saying that like for the last couple of months, and Arnold's just going to surprise everyone and go, and the winner tonight, $1 million.
$1 million.
Imagine if you're the winner and they say that and you're standing on stage.
Samson might have a heart attack on stage and right there.
While we're speaking of English bodybuilders too, a big congratulations to Janica and James for their announcing their pregnancy, having a baby. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, James Hollingshead. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. I gave them a like on that one. Yeah.
Proves bodybuilders even on gear, get ready for a show, can get someone pregnant.
Oh, he got her pregnant while on gear? Oh my God, that's a random thing. Isn't it weird about the whole? Hold on, let's. I think
it must just be like hit and miss. Hello.
I'll tell you now. I've been helping a lot of people with the pregnancy protocol I do, and what a cutie! That dog got big, Lee. That thing is huge.
This is Nevaeh. This is the girl. The boys are bigger over there.
Is he? Wow, she got big. Yeah. But whenever someone doesn't want to get pregnant, if you try to get pregnant, you go to you can go to 25 fertility specialists, and you can't get pregnant. It's when you don't even give a crap. That's when you get pregnant.
It's probably one of those where you just like, let's have a quickie. You just do it
really quick. Oh no, that's why I always say when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So
it's not like some of those people where they go, all right, the temperature's right. I think it's right now. I'll lay in this position. Like they do everything.
Right. No, but that's what it becomes a science experiment. You're exactly right.
Yeah. I think that puts too much pressure on you. It could have been one of those where you're just banging hard, you're all horny, and it's like, boom, fucking spike that just shoots to the moon and hits the egg. Do you know we're doing a show? You know we're doing a show here. Oh, get down! You're too heavy. Oh, she's like 130 pounds. Oh my God!
Did you know that those guys were going to get that big?
No, I'll see if I can show them to you. Hold on, look. Here they both are. Here, look. That's him.
So which the boys? Which one's the boy?
This one.
I think the girl looks bigger to me, Lee.
Oh, she's got
a bigger head and a bigger body.
Yeah,
you sure she's not pregnant?
She's Kim Kardashian with the big booty.
You think you sure she's not pregnant?
No, she's been fixed. If she's pregnant, then I'll call her baby Jesus. Oh, she wants to get behind me now. Are you right? You right? You want to say hello to Dave? You're on camera now? You right? Well, now you want to come in too. Wolf head, yes. So these are the ones that tore my shoulder because I had them both on one arm, and when they went like that, really.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for that. Thank you.
And they love you though, Lee, unconditionally though. So what's the breed? What's that breed again?
An American Staffy. Look at this. Look how big his neck is on this one. Look at him. Look how big that neck is. And he's got the good lines. See, he's got the nice lines here, the nice taper, and then the big thighs. Don't you sit down.
Are they all natural, or are they on the juice?
Yeah, they're natural. They're natural. They get fed better than me. I get like toast for dinner, and these get mincemeat, chicken, vegetables, rice. Yeah. See, look at him. There he is. Look at him sitting there.
They're actually very, very pretty dogs. Yeah, they're very pretty dogs.
Yeah, they're brother and
sister. I remember when they were little puppies. They were tiny.
So do I. I wish they were still little puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were teeny. Tiny. So you leave in 8 days for your tour. And how long is that tour going to last?
I leave on the 11th. I get there on the 12th. Tour starts the 13th. And showing, I think I get the 24th off. The viewing's on the viewing's on the 24th, and then I leave on the 25th. Get home the 26th. Not looking forward to that flight. I think I go from here to Dubai, which is 14 hours. I've only got a 3-hour layover in Dubai, and then from Dubai, 8.5 hours to Scotland. And people think I'm drinking beer. I'm not. I'm drinking canned water. Hey, Dave, I found that one good thing. When you go give blood at the place I went, they got like the old milkshake makers with the metal cups. There's a big thing there. The lady's like, do you want a meat pie, sausage roll, tomato sauce? Do you want chocolate Freddo Frogs flavored milk, packets of chips? I said, fuck, it's a good thing I can't give blood every day. I'll be here every day.
Lee, I didn't know this because I went to the blood donation place. You know what I got? I got a $75 gift certificate to use on Amazon.com. Plus, they gave me shaker cups and T-shirts. I'm like, now I know why all these people that have no money, the homeless people, come there to go donate blood every day.
There's a few in there. There's a few in there. Their kids, when I was there, and the kids are eating all these food.
They can make a living from doing that shit. $75 every time you go for an Amazon gift certificate. Crazy.
Well, you can only give blood once every 3 months, but you can do plasma every 2 weeks. So
these people are giving all their blood. I think I can go every 58 days or something like that. I think that in New York, in the US, but I have a prescription that once a month I can go donate blood. But I went this month, and my hemoglobin was normal, so I didn't give it.
I even got a sticker on my shirt. I haven't got it now. It said, my first time. I felt like I was going to a whorehouse like a virgin or something.
But you said they didn't get a full pint out of you. What happened?
Yeah, I was pumping out fine. I was pumping out good. And he almost had, the bag where it's just doing this in the machine.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped. It stopped coming out. And then he's like moving the needle. He's like, does that hurt? I said, no. Then he moved it again. He's looking. He's like, oh, you've shut down. I said, that's because I got to train tomorrow. My biceps need to pump up. He's like, I don't know why it stopped. I said, well, maybe there's a clot.
You might, if you're dehydrated, a lot of times the blood doesn't come out, quick enough.
I had nothing all day. I've been at the hospital since 4:30 this morning.
I'm saying you were probably super dehydrated. That's probably what happened. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but it looked nice and rich and red coming out. But you saw my blood results. 2 weeks ago? I sent you my blood results.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good.
Yeah, you're gonna live. It looks like you're gonna live a few more years.
Me and Jimmy.
Thank God for us.
I like Jimmy calls me up. He's like, Dave's mad at me because Mr. G had me on speakerphone, and I spoke to Dave. Are you mad at me? He goes, Dave said he's a little mad at me.
I told him. I said no. He said, are you mad at me? He thought I meant because of what he said on the speakerphone. I said, I'm mad at you because you didn't come on the show, because you said you were going to come on the last show of 2024, and you didn't. And meanwhile, you're screaming into a speakerphone on a cell phone. Why couldn't you just click the link and come on the show and do it?
He doesn't have 15 minutes. 15 fucking minutes.
He's like, I was waiting to get home. I said, he goes, you told me 1 o'clock. I said, I didn't tell you 1 o'clock. We've been doing the show for the last 8 months at 12 noon. I said, you wouldn't know this because you don't come on the show. I said, what makes you, it was 1 o'clock 2 years ago we used to do it. So I said, plus we were still doing the show at 1 o'clock. Why couldn't you come on at 1 o'clock? I wasn't home yet. I said, well, listen, you were screaming on a cell phone. You could have been just as easily screaming into your phone in the truck.
And I was listening to
So
your advice to Larry about his dog, because my wife gives our dogs rice and all this stuff. I said, see, dogs only need protein and stuff. They don't need all this grains and stuff. So, yeah, that's how I
you
sent
should
Larry
give
a
them.
message. I sent Larry a message about his dog. It's always sad when I hate when people say, "Oh, they're just animals. They're part of the family." You fucking idiots.
They're
It's like,
family members.
just an animal.
John Natashak is the one who told me he started feeding. I told you his dogs raw like chickens and stuff like that. They would just he'd give them the whole chicken, and they would just like your dogs would smash whole chickens.
Joe Gold did
Or you
that
go
with
get
his
rotisserie chickens at the supermarket. He'd give them the whole chicken, and they would just the bones and everything, and they'd eat everything.
I always heard the cooked ones could splinter more than the raw ones, but Joe Gold, he always had those little fox terrier things. I'd always go with him to Costco, and he'd bring them back whole chickens from Costco's and just throw to the dogs on the floor, and they would eat them and stuff. So, and
it's the best thing for them because
my wife cooks them meals like they're fucking at a 5-star restaurant. I said, honey. She goes, oh, the meat's not cooked properly. I said, honey, they bury raw meat and go eat it a fucking week later. It doesn't matter if the meat's a bit raw. It's like they're licking their ass.
The bones are important.
Come on. It's like,
those bones are important because the bones actually have all that calcium in it, and plus they have all the collagen and glucosamine and all the stuff that is good for their joints. So,
well, I could show you. I got these toys laying around here. These like chew toys. They say indestructible. Not for my dogs, but let me tell you, I buy these indestructible cows and pigs. Let me tell you, when I pick up their shit, there's indestructible cows, legs, and pigs in their shit. So their digestion system's pretty good because the toys go fucking straight through their stomach.
Did you ever see? I don't know why they sell these things, but if you go to like pet stores, they actually they have all the chew toys, like the rawhide ones. They actually sell bully sticks. Have you seen these bully sticks?
Oh yeah, they love bully sticks. These ones, yeah.
You know what they are, right?
Penises, isn't it?
They're bull penises, exactly. I don't know why they like to eat those things.
You go to the pet store, they're cheap. If I go to a grocery store, they must cut them small because you can get a bully stick this long and only about as thick as my 2 fingers. They sell them $9 each. I'm like, what the fuck?
Those might be Sean Ray bully sticks, Well,
now don't start there. You'll get him going. He's going to go on Terrick's show and blast us, both of them. Hey, Sean, I actually got a house now. I'm not living in the dumpster anymore. I've been to
what happened? You gave up the dumpster, He's living on a lanai now. You're renting your own lanai?
My wife actually dug that pond and did that waterfall over there. Look at that.
She did. Wow. Yeah. I'm impressed. That's pretty impressive. You didn't help at all?
No, of course not. I could get hurt. When she was digging the hole, I thought it might have been for me to go in, but
you thought it was a grave she was digging for you. I got you. All right.
This whole area down here, what you see down here, goes, that's the fence there, but behind that fence is the house. But this whole yard bit here and in there, this is all the whole dog's yard down here. See?
Wow. Why don't you put a pool in? You have room.
I know. I just sit in the pond, and now there's so many tadpoles and frogs in the pond. I'm going to try get a government grant because they give them out like fucking lollies to study wild frogs in the pond. I should be able to get a couple 100,000, I think, from the government.
Do you have any snakes in your backyard?
Not that I know of. There used to be rats, but the dogs killed a rat. They must be quick because they killed the rats. I found a dead owl. They caught an owl. And they caught a possum, so they're pretty quick at night, these dogs, when they want to kill something. But there used to be, the rats are pretty much gone now because the house over here and the one on that side both had chickens, so there could be snakes somewhere.
Usually, you guys have carpet pythons all over where you are, so I'm shocked that you haven't found any.
Lately now, there's been like all around spiders everywhere, like an influx of spiders. And I'd rather snakes than spiders because spiders are just crawly little fuckers, and I come down here at night time and run into the web.
Spiders kill all the bugs, though.
I don't give a fuck. They might bite me.
Yeah.
Nothing worse when you run into a web and you do that.
You guys have some. Yeah. Australia is like Jurassic Park because you guys have all your animals that you have there, indigenous to Australia, are like bigger and freakier than any other place in the world for some reason. I don't know why.
Well,
you have the most dangerous snakes. Yeah.
Spiders. I still get amazed by the size of those saltwater crocodiles. When you see a croc, bigger than 20 foot long laying on the beach, or you see it in the wave coming in the surf.
It's crazy. It's worse than a shark. Yes, it's scarier than a shark for sure, because they can come on the land, you know, these things.
Yeah, and they're quick. People think, oh, it's big and slow. It's like, have you ever seen how quick a hippopotamus can move too? They kill so many people. And you've seen the teeth on hippopotamus, they're just like square bricks. Imagine being crushed by that. Fuck.
Oh, they would crush your bones in 2 seconds. I went to the, remember, if you go to FIBO, if anyone goes to FIBO, Cologne, the Cologne Zoo, I went to the zoo there. It's right next to where there's a zoo right near the expo hall. And they got some hippos there that are unbelievably big. And rhinos. People, you think elephants are impressive? I got news for you. Rhinos and hippos are way scarier than elephants. Are like nothing compared to these things. These things you would not.
I love when I went to FIBO there. That what's that big fucking cathedral there? That huge, beautiful cathedral right in the center.
I went there too. I can't remember. Yeah, it's beautiful.
The architecture on that is like they can't do that. They talk about architecture on buildings today. These square buildings with glass. Compared to that, it's like it's fucking nothing.
You know who I ran into? So I walked to this, I go to this castle or whatever, it's at a cathedral. I walk in there, there's like no one in there. It's me, and all of a sudden I see a guy walking from the other side, and it's Rico from NPC News, from the NPC clothing line. Yeah. I'm like, Rico, what the hell are you doing here? He's like, I had to come see the castle, you know, or whatever it was, you know.
But the thing is, I got England, then I'm going to the Arnold with Jim Reapers. In May, I'm going to Italy for a seminar, and then July they got Giles and them who organised the English tour. They got me a European tour, and I'm going to some town, I forget the name of it, but it's only like an hour and a half from Vlad's castle, so I'm going to go to Dracula's castle while I'm there.
I love it. You should I know you probably have a Dracula costume somewhere in that closet of yours, I'm sure.
Hey, speaking of that, I've heard good reports on that movie. Nosferatu is meant to be really good.
What's it called?
Nosferatu. They remade Nosferatu.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is it who plays the
guy
lead role?
From one of those Skarsgård, the one that played It. You know, the younger one that played It in the movie It. Him.
Oh,
and Johnny Depp's daughter's in it. Johnny Depp's daughter's in it. William Dafoe's in it. So it's meant to be really good.
Yeah.
And I agree. I agree with you too. You've been watching Landman, haven't you?
I love that freaking series. Doesn't John look like Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, but don't you love the interaction between Billy Bob and his ex-wife? That's like
classic. I knew you have to love that. Yeah, they're so
the way they
talk
to each other's like so glad. And then his daughter's just as bad as the mother. It's like poor Billy's pulling his hair out. He's pulling his hair out with both of them.
It's like Dallas of the modern era, right? You remember Dallas, the show with Larry Hagman? This is like the modern day Dallas, you know.
It's like he loves her, but he can't. It's almost like a newer version of Peg and Al Bundy, the way they hate each other, but they love each other, and the way he talks to her and the way she talks to him.
Yeah, he's like, I know I'm making a very big mistake here.
I know. And then like who's that? He's like, that's my fucking wife, and she's fucking. That's a great show.
That's a good series. If you guys haven't seen that series,
that Tyler Sheridan must be making some big bucks with all those shows he's doing.
Yeah, because I mean, he does Landman. He does the other one that we watch. What is it called? Lioness.
Yeah.
Why is the Lioness one? It looked like it stopped in the middle. Have you been watching that?
I think it's one of those that stopped. Yeah, and he's in Lioness, and he was in Yellowstone. He's in both of those himself. And then he did.
He is. Who does he play?
He's like that muscular older guy, and then in Yellowstone, he's the one that runs the 6666 ranch. You know, the horse rider in that one.
I don't watch that series. I haven't seen that one. I heard it's really good, but because it's not on regular Paramount. I think I got to subscribe to Paramount something else or something like that.
And he did Tulsa Kings as well, didn't he? I think he did Tulsa King.
He did Tulsa King. Yeah, you know they all have the same music. You're right. Yeah. The same theme, like same formula. It reminds me of Sons of Anarchy a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a bit cheesy, Tulsa King, but it's funny with Stallone the way they talk, and Stallone's always walking, holding his suits like this.
Yeah, I think it's great. I don't know why it reminds me of Sons of Anarchy. It's like cheesy, but you love it. You can't stop watching it. You know.
Yeah, so he must be pulling in the big bucks with all those series he's got going.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Did you see?
What did you
Did you see
think?
they're going to make a Rocky 7? Did you see that?
Oh, fuck, who's going to be in that? Apollo, son.
I don't know. I saw some kind of preview for it. I don't know if you know what. You can never tell because sometimes fans make their own
Oh, yeah,
previews,
I know.
but it looked like it was legit. I don't know. So I
What
got
do
to
you
see
think of the
because you know
new
he got.
Superman? The new Superman preview. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like this.
I'm not gonna cast out, but I think it's gonna look pretty. I think it looks pretty good. I think
I
they're gonna do a good job. I'm hoping it's not gonna be woke. I hope it's gonna be pretty, you know. And then
I
people always
really
say,
like.
I always wonder where crypto come from because I always thought was he a thing because Superman came here, then the planet blew up. But then I found out
Right.
that Jarrell, he actually sent crypto here before. It's like the experiment to make sure the capsule could get to Earth.
Is that supposedly the story? I got you.
Crypto got to Earth before Superman did, and now they're making Supergirl, and Supergirl is going to start filming next year.
Well, supposedly, you know who's what's his name? Jason Momoa there is going to be in the Supergirl as Lobo.
Yeah.
You know who wanted to play Lobo for a long time?
Wasn't it Andy?
Andy Bernarski. Yeah. He was actually dressing up as Lobo and running around looking like him for a while. Yeah.
He did good. He did good in Leatherface, though. He did good in Leatherface.
He was great in the program too. I loved him in the program.
He played the big steroid football player.
Latimer, he was great in that series.
That was a good show, actually. The program, that was a good one.
With James Caan, your buddy there, right?
Yeah, that was a good one.
He was the coach in that one, right?
Mm.
So,
yeah.
But anyway,
few good movies coming out this year. I mean, I say next year. Now it's this year. This year.
What do you think about Robert Downey Jr. playing? The Captain.
It's going to be weird. Yeah, it's going to be weird because he's always been Iron Man. It's going to be hard to see him as Doom there.
But do you think they're going to make him the same person, only like he comes back from an alternative universe as a different superhero, or are they going to ignore the fact that he's Robert Downey Jr.?
I don't know. These multi-universes confuse me sometimes when they keep passing through them all, and because they're talking about bringing Iron Man back in another multi-universe again. So
they could definitely do that. They could definitely do it, but I'm wondering if they're going to say he's the same guy. Is he Tony Stark only as Doctor Doom now, or is he a different character? And they just happen to be using the same actor. That's what I want to know.
Maybe in a different universe he was evil and he's Doctor Doom
right.
in that one.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
They can do anything in movies these days. Look, if they can keep Days of Our Lives going for over 40 years with a storyline, they can keep the Marvel going for, if Marlene can come back with a twin sister and then John Black and Stefano return, and sadly now
the fact that the characters is pretty scary to be honest with you.
But what's his name just passed away? John, whatever his name was, that played John Black, Drake Hoggassy, whatever his name was.
Yeah, I never watched it. Yeah.
You never watched Days of Our Life? Shame on you.
I never got into the soap operas.
You got 30.
Well, Lee, you had a lot of time to waste during the day, obviously, because you would get up. He gets up at 4 a.m. when he was in California. He'd be done with his whole day by noon. He wouldn't have anything to do anymore. He'd have to sit and watch soap operas.
I don't watch it anymore because when I watch it now, it reminds me of when I used to watch it with my grandparents. When I used to watch it at work with the guy I worked with, his mother. All these people are dead now, so when I watch it, it brings back too many memories. So I don't watch it.
Well, I'm glad you're doing well after coming out of the hospital. They gave you what did they give you antibiotic wise? Did they listen to me and give you Augmentin?
No, they didn't give me that. They gave me. I'll send you a photo of what it is, and they want me to get some nasal spray and something else. But it's worried because my hemoglobin was like one over the threshold. He goes, and you're going on a plane. You better see your doctor, and you better get an injection to thin your blood, and then get a tablet because you could get a blood clot. I'm thinking, fuck, I've been flying for years, and it's been around the same ever fucking sense. Now I'm thinking, shit, I don't want to go on the plane now because
if you would have probably had one glass of water, your hemoglobin probably would have been normal. You were probably so dehydrated the whole day. That's probably why it was high.
I hadn't drank or ate anything when I went to the hospital. So
yeah, no, I know.
Well, like I said, it was one there that I did have a drink of Sprite from McDonald's with 2 cheeseburgers, and then it was down. I don't think that. My hemoglobin was down 3 points just after the Sprite.
I don't think that hydrated you very well. But I will say this:
water now. This is thin water. Look.
What is that? What is that water? Let me see that.
It's Little Hepburn spring water.
It looks expensive. Is that in a can?
Yeah, this was what you get from the blood place. Yeah, it's in a can.
Oh, that was the freebies they gave you? Oh, nice.
And you get chocolate milks and that, but then you can, like I said, they got the metal things. You can make milkshakes yourself and everything there.
Wow. Yeah, well, they want people to go there and give blood, I guess. It's a good enticement. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up now. I just want to send out a word. Tarek, stop reading headlines. Watch the whole video so you get the story correct, and listen to Lee.
We wait for your reply, Tarek, so we can reply back to you.
That's right. We'll come on your show anytime. Dave Palumbo, Lee Priest, for another installment of Iron Rage. We'll see you next time.